Sticking with Azimio la Umoja, the presidential candidate Raila Odinga now has an 8-point lead ahead of UDA's William Ruto. A survey by TIFA Research conducted earlier in the week shows none of the two is reaching the required 50% plus one vote threshold. The research now firm leaving it up to the voters to come up with it next week. Sam Gituku looks at the poll results on the last day of publication of such data, as required by the law.
In its final survey just before the election, TIFA Research found Raila Odinga in the lead with 49% of popularity, followed by Deputy President William Ruto at 41%. This is an 8-point lead, the highest for Odinga in all the polls by TIFA over the last 4 months. Roots Party's George Wajakoya polled 2%, while Agano's More Waihiga polled 0.2%. In the survey, 8% reported they were undecided, leaving the race open for either Odinga or Ruto. But on further analysis, TIFA Research left out the data of all undecided respondents, returning a verdict of Odinga ahead with 53%, while Ruto polled 45%. Both Wajakoya and More retained their initial showing, even without the undecided vote. In the battle of alliances, Azimio la Umoja retains the preference to Kenya Kwanza with 46% against 36% respectively. The poll was conducted between the 31st of July and 1st of August, being a week to the election. The law bars any pollster from publishing any such survey results on the election day or 5 days before an election. This week alone, 3 pollsters have reported their findings: Infotrack Research, Ipsos, and TIFA Research. On average, Odinga leads the pack with 48.3% against Ruto's 41.3%. The undecided voters are 7.6% on average. TIFA Research now says that even though no candidate has surpassed the 50% mark required to be declared a winner, it is highly unlikely that a runoff will be necessary on election day, since both Wajakoya and More have less than 3 percentage points in total. Further analysis of the findings of both Infotrack and TIFA companies show that Odinga has an undisputed lead in 6 out of 9 regions, being at the Coast, Lower Eastern, NAIROBI, Northern Kenya, NYANZA and Western regions. Ruto undisputedly only leads in Mount Kenya and Central Rift regions. The two pollsters, however, disagree on the ranking of the two candidates in South Rift regions, mainly because of differences in zoning. TIFA considers Narok and Kajiado the only South Rift counties, while Infotrack adds to the list Bomet and Kericho counties, which TIFA assigns the Central Rift tag. The findings of the two firms are largely in agreement, despite wider margins of the same candidates in the Lower Eastern region and the Coast.
Every Kenyan to vote peacefully.
The TIFA survey series further show a consistent growth of Odinga's popularity from a low of 27% in February 2022, by which time Ruto was ahead with 38%. And when the two candidates picked their running mates in May 2022, Odinga's popularity rose from 32% to 39%, while Ruto's dropped to 35% from 39%. Just last month, TIFA's household survey showed a narrow gap between the two, separated by just 2.3 percentage points. The new poll now opens the gap wider, but not enough to predict a winner. TIFA Research leaving it to the voter turnout to determine who wins the election, especially in areas considered strongholds of the leading candidates. Sam Gituku, TV, Nairobi.